Hello, YouTube, and welcome to the EverGreenCoin community meeting and Hangout, August 19th, 2017. Let's see, on the call this afternoon we have Bo, um, Mike DeCarlos, and we got someone from, I believe, from Pakistan, and Joe here in the United States with me. So we can go ahead and get started looking at the price here. Uh, Let me fix one thing on the recording here. 1 second. Okay, good. Okay. So yeah, price. Over the last week, we saw quite a pump going on, or something. Right now, we're sitting at like 19 cents. 4,500 satoshi, which is up probably 6 cents compared to our last Evergreen Coin community meeting. So I guess a lot of people are rebuying right now, so that's awesome to see. Good to see some activity and some community members profiting. Okay, so let's see. On today's agenda, uh, what else can I'm trying to think of anything else we can talk to. Or Joe, if you got something you got, go ahead and with that, please.
As far as the Evergreen Garden Photo Contest, we have so far reached 577 people, 2 views, and 9 responses. On top of that, we have a bunch of likes. We have 3 photos so far. So 2 more photos from different people will unlock the reward.
Oh, okay, awesome.
And then we can proceed next week on picking a picture.
Right.
I think me, Joe, and somebody else submitted an entry. So we just need 2 more entries to unlock that
Right.
for
Awesome.
next Saturday.
Awesome.
I have 25 cents left in the advertising. So this next week we're probably going to have to go with self-advertising, which we get ourselves.
Sure. Yeah. I saw you tweeted.
But that 50,
I saw you tweeted once
that
about it.
$15 did some good. So.
Oh, awesome. $15. Okay. Um, yeah, I saw you tweeted once, and I tweeted a few times. But yeah, this week we'll probably have to be tweeting about that a lot. Just trying to get as many entries as possible. But that's awesome to hear that we're gonna actually have enough entries to, or it seems as if we're gonna actually have enough entries to go ahead and reward someone. I guess on that note, the design competition, we still haven't received any more designs, uh, which I think we were gonna pick the winner next. Were we gonna pick the winner for that one next weekend too?
Okay.
But hey, Bo.
Hey.
Hey, Bo.
Yep.
Was it this weekend or next weekend that we're supposed to be drawing, or that we're supposed to be selecting the winner for the design?
It's the next weekend. It's gonna be the last weekend of the month.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I got confused. We've moved it 2 or 3 times already. So, but yeah. Okay. So we got to the end of the month with that. But at this point, I haven't got any more entries. But I'll have to be on Twitter and other social media, maybe Reddit and Facebook, trying to drive those 2 home this week.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Hey, Joe. After this, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Bo. Go ahead, Bo.
Oh, I just Joe, if you could after this, send me an email or some contact for the guy that makes your shirts.
Oh, okay.
All right, thank you.
Right now.
Okay, and on the Twitter, all you guys, if you guys, there has been a lot of activity on Twitter recently, especially the past 48 hours, I'd say. So if you could please retweet those, just search for EverGreenCoin, and you'll see the recent tweets from that contain the word EverGreenCoin. Go ahead and please retweet them and try to get the free advertising or whatever that we might get from those tweets. There's been a lot of very good tweets recently. And I guess on that note, I probably should make a Twitter task list or whatever for the Twitter bounty, because we haven't done that in like 3 weeks. I'll go ahead and do one of those and get one ready for this week. Yeah, of course, price has been the big topic the past week since our last meeting. A lot of movement going on, and right now, right now looks like a rebuy time. I mean, it has been very close to 10,000 Satoshi in the past 48 hours here. So pretty exciting, and obviously that brought a lot of attention, new eyes to EverGreenCoin, and it has brought in some new people to the community, so that's awesome. A lot on Twitter, like I said. So once again, please consider retweeting all that, so we can gain all the promotional benefit we can from that as possible. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I'm sorry. So the Android companion app that is ready. There is one component, the bootstrap has to be the companion app. If you want to try to bootstrap and download a bootstrap, which it has in one button, you can click a button to download the bootstrap, but that bootstrap we're still testing that bootstrap, so there's absolutely no reason there should be any problem, but I just want to run through it once, just to make sure before releasing it publicly. And I posted some screenshots of it. Let me find them for the purpose of the recording real quick here. But that is pretty much ready to release. Just waiting for the finalized testing. It probably will be released today. It might be released in a format where you can't download the bootstrap yet, because we're still putting that bootstrap in the position that it wants to find it at, basically. But it might be released before that, just because I know some people are waiting for it. And again, there's absolutely no reason the testing should fail, so I feel okay about releasing it. And for the Hangout call, yeah, sorry, I'll share screens in just 1 second here. Sorry, I'm just finding it real quick here. so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. Sorry, it gets a little complicated with that because I'm sharing screens for the recording software and then sharing screens for the Hangout. So please bear with me while I do that. Okay, so let me get to the screenshots of the recent companion app. Okay, so here are some screenshots from it running on my cell phone. This is what you're presented with after you install the companion app, and it's called EverGreenCoin Manager is the name of the application, and the APK, the Android package, whatever. So when you select Manage EverGreenCoin here, you're presented with this menu that gives you some pretty useful tools: downloading a bootstrap, deleting an old bootstrap, copy the EverGreenCoin config file. It would copy a config file if you stored it on the root of your device's memory is where it would look. But all that's explained. Yeah, and right here, even in the help, if you selected help from this menu, you would see this help here, which explains all of these functions and how to use them. Delete the wallet.dat. Of course, you'd want to be very careful about deleting your wallet.dat because it contains all your coins and it's irreplaceable. So of course you wouldn't want to do that. You will obviously you want to back it up before you might delete it if you're moving to a new wallet or anything like that. And it has some other functions for deleting the blockchain and your peers. And it also has a reset wallet function, which clears the data directory and makes your wallet into a new wallet. So that would delete your wallet.dat as well. So these are all you have to understand when you're doing these. You know, this application really is probably more so for the advanced Android user. The average Android user probably would not need any of these functions. If they did, the only one they probably should be worried about is backing up the wallet.dat. Everything else on the Android wallet is really fairly straightforward. You know, staking and staking for charity, and staking itself is really straightforward. And these are just some more so advanced things that users of the Android wallet might need that have constraints on the Android device. On all Android devices, to my knowledge anyway, where your device might need to be rooted to do these things yourself. So without rooting the device, which might void your warranty and things like that, you could use this application, this EverGreenCoin Manager application, to accomplish those same things without rooting your device. So that'll be very helpful for a lot of Android users. I know some Android users are waiting for it. So once again, I do expect to go ahead and make that public this evening. So probably within the next 8 hours, the download links will become live for it. And of course, I'll be tweeting and posting on all the various different forums, Bitcoin Talk, you know, and Facebook and Reddit and things like that. I will announce it that it has been made available. But that'll be happening very soon. Tonight, in fact. So, excited. And once again, thanking the EverGreenCoin community for making that possible. We crowdfunded the $300 we needed to pay the developer to make this for us. The developer is the same developer that made the Android wallet, which is a full-featured wallet with staking, and it does need to synchronize, of course, so that it can stake. And just to note, during that synchronization, battery consumption on the device would be higher than normal, and data usage would be higher than normal. It's got about 2 gigabytes of data it needs to transfer, or actually, with the overhead of the protocol, it's something like 4 gigabytes in my last experiment with it. That's not to say the blockchain itself is 4 gigabytes, but the overhead from transferring it with the TCP and the IP packets themselves totals something like 4 gigabytes. So just be aware of that if you have your mobile device on a data plan, on a paid data plan. You would probably want to put it attach it to Wi-Fi to do the initial data synchronization, which could take a day or two. But with this manager, we'll be able to bootstrap, and that will ease that a little bit. Now, when you download the bootstrap, it is a big file, something close to 500 megs. So that download would take you some time, probably a few hours. But once you have that bootstrap loaded, the wallet can start loading its data right from that bootstrap rather than trying to grab it all from the network. So that'll give it a very, very big head start, basically. Consider it a very, very big head start for your device. But still, it would take a few hours to do, probably several hours maybe, to do, as opposed to what might take a day or two over the network. So that'll make things a little bit easier for Android device users, of course. Okay. Stop sharing there. So that's awesome for the Android users, you know. And that's all I had really to say about it. It will be released, like I say, with probably within the next 8 hours. So. And I guess on that note, some community members have asked about an iOS wallet. Apple is very, very stringent, and that's probably an understatement, with allowing applications on their store specific to cryptocurrencies. They've taken, well, I guess what it seems like, from my understanding, is an anti-cryptocurrency standpoint, maybe. Although, from what I hear, there has been more applications been able to get on the the Apple store, whatever they call it. I can't remember offhand, but so we are looking at an iOS application, seeing, I guess, making an assessment of
Are
how
you
much it would cost us to do. I'm sorry, Joe. What's that?
talking about a support ticket, Mike?
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that in group chat. I see.
Somewhere where they can get support if they have issues with
Well, yeah. I mean, there is support.evergreencoin.org. We do have a support ticket system. And when you make that support ticket, that does make it straight to me. So I should have all the answers, or be able to help you with any situation. And there has been, of course, I'm very understanding to people that might not. You mentioned old folks. I mean, I do answer the support tickets in a very supportive manner, of course. So even an old person, I believe I could walk through even advanced tasks or problems they might have. So yeah, support.evergreencoin.org.
I get you, Steve. I'm just trying to make a point that's written so that I talk too much is all I know.
You're welcome to talk as much as you want, Mike. Just we have to keep on the topic, especially during the recording. I like to keep everything on the topic of EverGreenCoin so much, Don't take that as I don't like to listen to political banter. In fact, I like to take part of it myself. But out of respect for the Evergreen Coin community, many of which do not live in the United States and do not have to. They're not subject to our tyranny, so let's not put them through it. You know. But yeah, support.evergreencoin.org. And I guess I should mention on the note of the Android app, it will be in the Google Play Store in the very near future. There was some additional legal documentation I need to provide to Google pertaining to the registered trademark to give them the okay, for them to let them know that it was okay, that the application is using a trademarked logo and a trademarked name of Evergreen Coin. So it did take a little bit longer to get added to the Play Store, but the security we have of the brand with the trademark is well worth that little bit of time. And once again, you can download it from the website already. So it hasn't been a very big hindrance, but of course, we all be happy to see it listed in the Play Store. That should be happening very early this coming week. They have all the paperwork was presented to them, but that was on Friday, so I'm not sure how fast they'll be able to address it during the weekend. But I believe it would be very early this coming week. And yeah, support.evergreencoin.org. Anytime you have a problem with the website, with your wallet, with a transaction, with anything related to Evergreen Coin, go ahead and make a ticket at support.evergreencoin.org. I am notified, right now I'm notified by email. There are devices, token or dongle devices that can be bought for our specific support ticket system that would notify me remotely via a dongle. I have not purchased one of those yet, but as we grow, I realize I probably can't be the only one providing or answering support. But the system is being built with that in mind, of course. But as of right now, yes, I do myself answer the support tickets. So I guess the markets have been a bit crazy. We're still seeing a lot of craziness from Bitcoin Cash, of course, which has surprisingly, to me at least, been pumped up quite a bit recently. Something like $800, which is unexpected for me at least. I wish I had held mine, and I mean I did sell basically 2/3 of mine. I still have 1/3 left that I might sell in the near future, but very interested to see what happens with that, of course. And like Bo was saying, Dash has been going crazy, I guess, and now tops Ethereum, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I got a lot of poppers lately. Like GeoCoin did some too.
Geo, or there was I heard something about a Neo coin, NEO coin, I believe it was. I might be mistaken.
Yeah, I heard about it, but I didn't get into it. But I've been in all, and they came out with something. I'm not sure what it was, but whatever it was, it made them jump pretty good. Kind of like a, how do you say it? It's not really an environmental. They're more like kind of like rotation kind of deal.
Okay.
But yeah, they did pretty good the other day.
Yeah, I haven't followed it much, but I saw some chatter on Twitter, I believe. With this
It's
recent
just starting to come back around for the alts now. Let's hope it can stick for a while, and you know, Bitcoin can keep its just cool for a little bit.
right, right, right. Well, who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? I
I
mean,
mean, don't get me wrong. I like Bitcoin going up, but
right. Not if
it's
it's
just
gonna
a little
bring it.
crazy right now.
Yeah, not if it brings everything else down, right? But so let's see. I'm not sure what else we can talk about. Oh, I guess I should mention for the purpose of the recording, masternodes. There has been a lot of chatter about masternodes. Our stance right now is you're rewarded very generously with 7%, um, which to some people would argue that's too much and that's too much inflation. So to add to add masternodes onto proof of stake would increase that unless we did some major or unless we made some modification. I do kind of prefer proof of stake myself because everyone's rewarded 7%. Whether you hold 1,000,000 evergreen coin or whether you hold one, you'll still get 7%. It is very level playing field, and it does work for small, small wallets, that only have a few evergreen coin. You will still collect 7%. So I do understand a lot of hype has been around masternodes. I do believe a lot of that is nothing more than hype, honestly. But there are, there's mixing and different things that can come from masternodes. The possibility is not being eliminated by any means. I mean, we could do something in the future. If we did do masternodes, I will tell you the collateral to start a masternode would be very low. Uh, I would personally, I would like to make it very low so that it would be easy for people to get them. Um, but it does not fit an immediate roadmap, and it would throw off all our other objectives. Specifically the solar staker. If we're doing something that involves hard forking the coin and all that, uh, we can't really be making or selling or distributing solar stakers at that point because they might need to be updated to a hard fork. So it does not masternodes do not fit into the current roadmap rather, and I do not personally. I don't think they fit into the mentality of that I try to convey with EverGreenCoin of a level playing field. But that's not to say we could not modify masternodes in some way so that, I mean, like a Dash masternode. We've been talking about that. I think a Dash masternode costs like $200,000 right now. EverGreenCoin is not. I'm not trying to make. It's never been intended to be a coin for people that can afford something that costs $200,000. Honestly. Um, so if we ever do masternodes, I guarantee you the collateral will be easily achievable. But I mean, it's not to say that I'm not open to the opinion. Of course, if the community feels very strongly about we need masternodes, then of course I would have to put my personal thought about it to the side and get working on masternodes. But much of the community agrees it's not in our current roadmap, and it will impact the existing roadmap negatively if we do that. So while it might happen in the future, yes, it will probably be a modified version of masternodes with the low collateral, and it will be in the future. Probably it would have to be sometime next year before we could do that. Right, and Bo's been talking about multi-sig, right? Um, and I'm not really sure how that would impact all the current plans to try to do that right now. I don't think. I mean, we talked about this last. I believe it was last community meeting. We did talk about possibly doing that in the fourth quarter, and I guess my stance kind of remains that we're kind of stacked with things for the third quarter right now. So, and I am personally stacked with things for the third quarter. So it would have to be fourth quarter before we could look more seriously at that. I don't know if it would make it into version 1.7 or not, but I would like to get version 1.7 out in the fourth quarter. Yeah. Well, if it was it could. I mean, it could be soon if it could be done easily. Of course, it would already have been done. There's many considerations when people need to understand some considerations when they suggest things like this. We're trying to make a solar staker that's going to have a wallet on it. We have now mobile wallets. We would have to upgrade all of those. We would have to get the funding to upgrade the Android wallet because I could not do that myself. So these are things you have to put into account when suggestions like masternodes or whatever are brought up. There is a lot of things to be considered about, not just the do I want masternodes or does EverGreenCoin want masternodes, or there's many things to be considered, especially when you're talking about changes to the core wallet. And obviously present investors are looking at the current roadmap, so changing that might not be so well received. In fact, I hate having to. I mean, we modified it a little bit in the past, just moving one goal. But which, on that note, there was, I don't know, someone on YouTube, I believe it was. Yeah, I think a comment was made to the last. I think it was the last community meeting that a comment was made. Specifically, I think about the GitHub. And saying about inactivity on the GitHub, that is completely absurd. Our GitHub is active. I think the last, and there are many people involved in EverGreenCoin that have private repos. I think we've had 3 or 4 wallet upgrades this year, so any statement about the GitHub not being active is unfounded and absurd. Let's see, what was the other things that they had said? They said something about the forums on the website and how I'm the only person posting things there. Well, that's because most of the community does rely on Bitcoin Talk still, even after our first original thread got locked. Many of the community still does rely on Bitcoin Talk, not the website. The website is very new. The Bitcoin Talk thread is many times older. So the community hasn't so much got accustomed to using the forums on our website, given recent events, specifically the locking of the first thread. I am steering the community towards that more so. But that does take time, and people have to, break their old habit, I guess. But that's not to say I plan on abandoning the Bitcoin Talk community by any means. That's I've never meant to imply that. That's never. But I do. But day-to-day announcements, smaller things would be announced on the EverGreenCoin.org website. Bigger milestones, of course, obviously I realize the value of the Bitcoin Talk audience, and by no means am I ignoring them. But with them locking the thread, that severing that communication with the community proved to us that we need to rely not on the Bitcoin Talk thread so strongly for our communication with the community. So, but that just recently happened, so we're still recovering from that, or I guess recovering from it is the best word. Hi, Kyle. Thanks for joining. I'm not sure if Kyle's got his mic or not, or he might not. He might not want to be recorded today. I know. So great to have you here, Kyle. Let me catch up on the group chat here real quick.
I'm here.
Oh, hi, Kyle. Thanks.
Hey guys.
You're a little faint, Kyle. So if you
Hey,
could bump.
good to be here. This might be working now.
Yeah, it's working.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yes.
Oh, cool. Hey, it's been an interesting last day or so, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, last week. It seemed, but definitely the last 30 or 48 hours, last 2 or 3 days, let's say. Yeah, it's been crazy. Yeah, like Bo says, crazy. Let's see. I think the high. I don't know. The highest I observed was something like 44 cents, which I believe our high historically was 45 cents back last year, when we hit close to 70,000 Satoshi. But Bitcoin had a different price at that point, so it equated to, at that time, equated to 45 cents. And from what I observed recently, the high I saw was 44 cents. I could be mistaken though. I don't follow the market. I mean, I do follow somewhat, but not. I'm no market expert. Let me say that.
I might chime on a couple things. As far as the master nodes, I'm really not concerned about them. I mean, I do think the 7% is. I think it's too much, and I don't think it would cause inflation because we're still at 13 million coins, and we've been there for the longest.
Yeah,
right. At a nice steady pace. Most people are downloading from the website now, so they don't have to go to the GitHub when they can go to the website and just get their wallet there.
Right.
What's going on with the lack of activity at GitHub is everybody's going to the website now to get their wallets.
No, it's not so much download the wallet. It's changes to the code, and I mean, and to that, we hard forked twice within the past year, we hard forked twice. In that past year, in this year alone, there's been 3 or 4 wallet updates. So yeah, what their comment was directed at was the code is not being updated frequently enough, and it's unfounded. It's sincerely unfounded.
Okay.
And I mean, we've got hundreds of commits. We've got hundreds of changes to the code right there, and a lot of the changes to the code are done on private repos and then moved on to the public repo. So whoever made that comment, and I did tell them I would make a comment about it in this meeting. I think your observations were probably. I don't think you looked at the details of EverGreenCoin enough to really make them statements. And I guess I can go ahead and find that. Let me go ahead and find that so you guys can see what comments I'm talking about. I'll find the comment and show you guys. Let's see. I mean, I'm not sure if it was a troll type comment or what, but be that as it may,
And like maybe one of the raspberry.
let's see. I'm trying to remember which one it was a comment from. If it was no. So yeah, it must have been. Yeah, I'm sorry. So yeah, it must have been last week's recording. Okay, welcome. Find the comment real quick. Yeah, here it is. So I'll share. Well, let me share screens for the Hangout. Also, 1 second. Oh. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm sharing for both the Hangout and the recording here. And this is the comment I'm, I guess, responding to. I did respond to some of it with comments too. And I did give it a thumbs down, of course. Let's see, crowdfunding, tax-exempt crowdfunding. I don't know what they're talking about. They're not making... Honestly, these comments are... They don't even make sense, really. So maybe I shouldn't even waste our time looking at them. I did make comments in rebuttal to what they said. I don't think any of it's really... I don't think they had an understanding or maybe a complete understanding of the project when they made these when they made this comment that has these comments, some of which seemingly do not make English sense. So we won't waste time with it. But there are comments of last week's community meeting and hangout. So maybe if you want to read it, you'll find it there anyway. Oops. Sorry. Okay, is it still sharing? No, okay. Okay, so that's all, I mean, that's all the time we should be spending with that. Get back under the bridge, right, exactly.
I don't think they understand the point of being a, being a
nonprofit. A nonprofit.
Yeah, being a nonprofit. They're
right.
Like, why else would you be a nonprofit if you're not trying to get money? Like, are you serious? Like, do you know what a nonprofit stands for? I mean,
yeah.
Come on now.
The biggest thing about the nonprofit, you know, and I've said this many times, or my biggest goal of that is to give people trust that this coin is not going anywhere, that our ambitions are sincere, and we're going to stick at them, and we have for almost 2 years now. I just want people to know that. So that's my biggest goal, and of course to give us any legal protection in the future.
I believe the nonprofit kind of backs up the whole concept. You know, you're here for the planet and environment. It's not just to make money. Money's great, but it takes money to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and why not? You know, why not?
Well,
I mean, for real. If I want to like help you out on your solar staker, for example, I want to deduct that, save some money on the taxes. You know.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, and that doesn't mean buying EverGreenCoin itself will be tax exempt. That's not the case. So please, you know, there is a lot of legalities to think about with both EverGreenCoin, the EverGreenCoin Foundation, and the EverGreenCoin Foundation nonprofit. And obviously, those are big things for me. I know the nonprofit formation has been announced for some time now, a month or two, and we do have the funding for it. But there's many personal considerations. You know, I mean, I am putting myself. It's a legal situation that I want to make sure that I'm doing it properly. And I don't think anyone can blame me for that, of course.
No, you don't need to rush. Take your time. I mean, that's how it's going to come out right when you take your time and you don't rush things.
Right,
And
exactly.
people
And
can wait as long as you're working on it and
there's
it's going like you
considerations.
want it. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Right. I mean, there's considerations like I want to have community members that do not live in the United States in uh, as a member of the board that votes on things if we ever need to vote. I do want people represented outside of the United States too. I don't want to make the impression that this is something only for you people in the United States or anything like that. The nonprofit is formed but it is a legal entity in the United States. So there's a lot of considerations I need to weigh and do so properly. And I do have some lawyers helping me pro bono when they have time to help. I have some questions outstanding to them, and I'm waiting for a response on those from them. I am getting more than one opinion, second opinions and things on these matters because I want to be sure that they're right. But it will be happening in this quarter, of course, and it might be happening very, very soon, actually. So, but I don't want to commit to a timeline or anything like that because something might pop up, and that might be how it impacts my personal taxes and things like that. So I have to consider all these things, and I do, and obviously that's a great concern to me personally. So I just want everyone to know that it is being addressed in a timely fashion. So yeah, it will be happening here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think as long as it's going forward, no matter what speed it is, snail's pace or really fast, it's going forward.
Hey Kyle.
I have a hard enough time. Yeah, hey, I have a hard enough time just getting here to the meetings on Saturday morning.
Right. Hey Kyle, can you put your mic a little closer?
Yeah.
Thank you.
This?
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Sorry, I just want to make sure that you can be heard in the recording. So.
Yeah, I was just saying it sounds like a lot of work. We all have enough trouble just doing the simple things in life.
Exactly.
The way things are set up.
Right.
As long as we're going forward, that's the main thing, the right direction.
I mean, I have enough work worrying about my own taxes, let alone the taxes for a nonprofit. So I'm doing my best with it.
There's only so much of you, Steve.
Right. Right. And there, on the legal standpoint, there is, other things to be considered too. With Google, they want to see some legal proof for the trademark and all these things. All these things do take a great deal of attention. So. And then we, when we're in a pump or anything like that, like the past 48 hours or whatever, Twitter takes a lot of attention. So and there's a lot of support tickets came rolling in the past 48 hours too. So. But yeah, the nonprofit will be that will be a done deal here in the third quarter for sure. And I believe it is roadmap in the third quarter. I believe I'm not looking at the roadmap this second, but I believe it is roadmap for the third quarter, which it will be happening in the third quarter. And there is some more legal stuff that has to happen for the trademark. We are registered trademark. It is a registered trademark, but that process has many steps to it. And maintaining it. We do have it registered, but we have to do more to actually keep it maintained. So, obviously, some days I feel like I could use a legal team for some help, but obviously that's a great expense. So I don't have that luxury. So, but fortunately, there are some people helping me out pro bono and things. People, environmentalists that are. helping a little bit when they can, anyway, which is greatly appreciated.
Good.
Oh, Bo, anything new? I know you were out panning for gold. You and your father went out panning for gold. Are you guys rich? Did you get a bunch of gold?
No, we didn't get too much. We went out there for probably about 5 hours and did about 5 or 6 buckets. But we got a little bit, maybe $40, $50 worth of gold. You know,
Okay.
that's not too bad for a couple hours of work.
Yeah, right.
And we got all the claim signs up. So all the land's marked now.
Awesome.
We just got to do some corner markers and mark the grids, and then we still have the Boy Scouts coming out. Either going to be the second or third week of September.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, make sure you got your camera charged up on that day.
Yeah, 2-4. Yeah, well, we're probably going to go back out there this week sometime too.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, if you could spend 4 or 5 hours and make 40 or 60 bucks or whatever, that means you can go camp out a night and everything, and, have it pay for your food and everything. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
just
go
something.
fish for food, go eat for free.
And sooner or later, you got there enough times, you're going to find the hot spots.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure they're still learning the ropes of it. I'm sure they're no expert gold diggers by this point.
Well, we've been doing it for probably since I was about 10 years old. So
Oh, really? Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, pretty good at panning and stuff.
I see. Okay. Oh, I didn't know. Wow. I didn't know I was
Yeah,
talking to an
it's
old
just
timer.
mostly recreation.
I didn't know I was talking to an old timer.
Now that's me there. Old.
You can teach me when I come out there.
Yeah, man, sounds good.
No, don't say that, Kyle. Don't say that. These are spring chickens. Don't worry, they are.
Come back.
Okay, let's see. What else can we say? Before I started the recording, there was a couple, or two people joined from Pakistan. I was talking to them for a little bit, doing my best. There's a language barrier, but
No.
they were excited to see the recent activity. They benefited, so that's awesome. Of course, I'm always happy to see any community member make a profit, and these guys in Pakistan, they were busy rebuying today, so that I do think it does look, or given my limited knowledge of buy low sell high, I think it does look like today is a good low to be buying at, but that's still 20 cents, or it's still floating around 19 or 20 cents today, and again, that's still like 6 or 7 cents higher than our last meeting, so obviously everyone's excited about that.
Yeah, new base is always good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, some new people, a lot of new follows on Twitter, and once again, there was some very nice, some very supportive tweets out on Twitter. So yeah, please, if you got a Twitter account, just search for EverGreenCoin, one word, and you'll see a lot of tweets. Please like and retweet those if you could. That'd be awesome. And I'll be making a list. So if you want to make 20 EGC, I'll have a list of like 10 tweets. I'll post them to the website, and I'll post this on Bitcoin Talk 2, or at least a link to it. and I'll tweet it also when the list is ready. I usually do them on Sunday night, tomorrow night. So I'll have it done tonight or tomorrow night. So just follow EverGreenCoin _, or follow us on our Bitcoin Talk thread, the new Bitcoin Talk thread, not the old one. Or on Facebook, I post on there too, or it usually gets shared by someone there. So.
And I'm still trying to spread some news around on the library app and having issues with it right now. So it's a little tricky with the links. And I haven't figured it out yet.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't used library myself. I mean, you're referring to library, which is EverGreenCoin, a project? I'm not very familiar.
Yes, and now they have something like kind of like a Steam where you can share shows and comedy and news clips and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was trying to push some of Evergreen stuff on there, but it keeps giving me an error every time I put links in. So
oh, it might not allow. It might not allow you to put links in. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know.
Some of these links are from YouTube and stuff. So
yeah,
no, I'm wrong. I'll figure it out sooner.
Cool. Yeah,
I don't let any program beat me.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're a persistent crew, no doubt. Let's see, and on that note, yeah, there is some new articles on Steam. There's many. I've been retweeting a few of them that have came out, and I'm not familiar with the author. So someone new has been making some Steam articles. I know Bo's done many. Maybe I need to get on the website a list of all the Steam articles or something for people to find.
I got some Steam articles on there too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, yeah, you do. I believe Gabby still has some floating around there. I myself have not. I have a personal, I guess, maybe a vendetta against Steam. Their idea is not as original as they like to claim it is. So not a personal Steam supporter. I do read. I do have a membership. I do upvote articles and things, but for my own personal reasons, I keep my involvement on Steam to a minimum. Their idea of paying people.
There was another guy that put stuff on YouTube. But he didn't. I mean, he did a pretty good job, but there were some things I didn't agree with. Like he said that we were mining and we're not mining. We're just staking.
Technically, staking is mining. Mining is getting rewarded for processing the blockchain. Whether that's proof of work or proof of stake, it's still.
He called out them both like we're doing both, and I'm like,
I'm not sure if I've seen this YouTube you're speaking of. Which?
I wish I could find that video.
You've seen this, Bo?
Yeah, this is the one that guy did the other day.
The strong buy.
Yeah, the strong buy one.
Oh, okay. I don't think.
Was that him?
Okay, yeah. See, I don't think he said anything that's necessarily misleading by any. I think he said something. Yeah, I don't think there was any intention of misleading people, or anything. Or I don't think anything was. I guess technically wrong. I think his he's just, this person is just learning about EverGreenCoin, so maybe his understanding wasn't complete. But I didn't hear him say nothing that I would say is a lie or anything like that by any means.
No, Yeah.
I think
He said,
he
Go
might have
ahead,
been
sir.
he might have been finding something about talking about our solar staking or solar mining farms, our plans for solar mining farms. I think he might have got a wrong impression about that of as we do not have solar mining farms at this stage. Um, there has been talks with some rather large mining farms, specifically in the southern hemisphere, that that could grow into something. But that project has suffered its own setbacks as well. So um,
The stickers will be a farm. The solar stickers will be a farm and be a worldwide farm. You know.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, good point. Yeah, um,
A decentralized one too.
right,
Yes.
right. Yeah, but there is. I mean, it would be nice if we could. And I'm talking proof of work mining, which obviously would not be directly mining EverGreenCoin, but it would be absolutely awesome to have something that is doing proof of work via solar, and it obviously and whatever coins it did mine would be sold, and it would buy EverGreenCoin. It is an ambitious plan. Let's just say that, but it is very feasible, especially with price performance like we've had recently. When just a little bit of price performance like that, and all these obstacles become a lot smaller for EverGreenCoin.
Agreed.
So let's see, Bo, you're not sharing video today. What's up?
Well, I was originally on my phone, and then
Oh, okay.
I switched over.
Yeah. No worries.
But my hair's kind of nappy.
No worries, man. No worries. No worries. Okay, well, let's see. I think I got the recording at an hour already. You're feeding back, Bo. We're listening to the bomb sirens, Bo.
You got feedback coming in, you nappy-headed Bo.
A science hair.
Science there. Yeah, right.
You are a tuning fork, young man. Indeed you are.
It's been a long few days for sure. For me too. This morning I woke up and I felt like I was coming out of a coma, semi-coma or something, because I hadn't been asleep, and I mean I was up for like 36 hours before I crashed last night. So this morning when I woke up, it took a lot of coffee to wake me up, I guess, is my point. But I got the hangout started on time.
Wood.
I'm sorry, Bo. What's that?
I was saying I just finished stacking a cord of wood by about 5 minutes before I got on here.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it was raining here this morning.
With idiots.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who was that? Mike?
I thought it was Kyle. It's his dog. Okay. Yeah, no. I said at least you guys are doing something fun. I was stuck arguing with idiots.
Oh. Well, there has been a little bit of arguing going on Twitter too. I wouldn't say arguing, but no, I'm sure it was nothing like what you were dealing with. I'm sure of that, right?
Let's see if y'all ran into this article. Find it pretty interesting, but
Which article?
Yeah.
it deals off of that.
Which article?
Or
What article are you talking about, Joe?
Huh?
Oh, Power 10. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I could hook my solar staker to that.
We're still recording on.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about, so just carry on.
There's he posted the link in the chat box.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you.
It was to show like how close solar power is becoming more affordable and more quality to work with.
Right, yeah. Yeah, as the technology advances, you know, it's going to be, I mean, right now I think we only, even the best solar panels only harvest 26% of the energy that they could if we had better materials or
Yeah.
something. So yeah, it's advancing very rapidly. So yeah, very exciting. And I think it already surpasses coal and nuclear as far as cost. So the argument of solar costing too much to do things is quickly becoming null. Because I know a lot of, especially homeowners, installing solar in their house. The initial cost has always been a big hurdle. You know, it would take you, I know recently, or not recently, but in previous years, let's say 5 years ago, I believe this was, I know a homeowner that was looking at solar panels, and it would take them 15 years before they earned back that initial cost. But I believe those numbers are becoming much more favorable for people as the technology advances. So
Yeah, someone will figure something out pretty soon that revolutionizes it.
Oh yeah.
okay, yeah. Sorry about the feedback, everyone. Bo's still got his crazy his bomb sirens going on, or whatever. Okay, so let's see. Nothing else, guys? Anything else?
I think I'm good. I'll have to review the beginning of the recording that I missed later on.
Cool. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I guess we're gonna go ahead and end the recording here. I'll keep the Hangout open. If anyone's got anything they want to talk to me about off the record or whatever, not on the recording. But I'm gonna go ahead and close the recording now. So thank you, viewers of YouTube, for watching, and please give me a thumbs up if you find it worthy. Take care, guys. Bye.